the Canon 24-105 f4L lens. This lens has served me so well over the past 11 months, almost a year now, and I just want to give my thoughts on the one that just was announced a few weeks ago. So Canon just announced another RF 24-105, but this is an f2.8 compared to this one, which is an f4. Now, very similar between the two as far as constant aperture. That's a constant f2.8, and this is a constant f4. Now, prior to the f2.8 24-105 that was just launched, this was a really heavily used lens for for many creators as far as photography, videography. As a matter of fact, I'll find the guy that I follow on Instagram. He's a huge, I believe the name might be Jeff Carpenter, but I'll tag his Instagram for sure. He'll showcase what he's done with lighting. He'll showcase what he's done with the model, the different angles, the different positions. Like almost 9 out of 10 of his posts are showcasing this lens. He always posts Canon RF 24-105. There's another one that I saw, another comment I saw on a B&H special about very well-known photographer, and when he travels, this is the only lens he carries. Those two examples are just, examples from people who have been in the space for way longer than I have. The biggest takeaways that I can say for this lens for me is that it is an absolute workhorse. Yes, the L series gives you that weather resistance. Do you want to dunk it into the ocean? No. Rest assured, if there's a little bit of a drizzle out, you're not going to have to worry about it. If it's pouring rain, maybe get yourself a camera bag, one of those little sleeves that covers your camera. But on the whole, what I've noticed with this lens is that my work is consistent throughout, whether it's video work or photography work. And I've done so many shoots with this lens. I've done so many videography shoots. I've done so many photography shoots, portrait shoots, event shoots, real estate shoots. You name it, I've done it. As far as what I did, Miami Fashion Week and Swim Week, that was a ton of events that took place in early June and July of 2023. At least for me, those were the events that I attended. I went to 9 events in a matter of 6 weeks. My first year doing it, I had tremendous success with this lens. And as far as, video work, it's such a good lens. The biggest difference that I see is that it has internal zoom as opposed to external zoom. So if you notice, the body on this lens is going to extend out, right? On the f2.8 24-105, the body stays the same size and all the zooming happens internally. So the lens is going to be a bit heavier due to that aspect. From what I've seen and read, it is very equivalent to Canon's RF 70-200 f2.8. As far as size and weight, very similar. The biggest drawback to this is that it is stuck at f4. Now that f2.8 is, it's very tempting for pretty much anybody who would want a wider aperture. But that temptation does come at a cost. So the cost difference is, I'm going to put it up on the screen right here. It's a pretty substantial cost difference. Now, if you were to pick this up used, I'm sure you can find, something in a really good condition. I don't know why anybody would want to sell this lens. Maybe you would find one now that's being sold because this new 2.8 just came out. Other than that, I'm going to put some examples on the screen, give you guys a little bit of a sample of some of the shots that I've taken and some video clips that I've taken with this lens. So for me personally, for personal use, for business use, for, just kind of messing around, creating, this is such a solid lens. It has served me so well. It's built like a tank, and no complaints whatsoever. I would say my biggest issue I could see me wanting to get into the 2.8 eventually would be the internal zooming to where this doesn't extend. So when I'm on my gimbal, it's not throwing off the balance. Not that it throws it off too much. You can always balance your gimbal with the zoom part, the zoom canister part of the lens completely extended. This way your balance when it's, pulled back all the way in is more than sufficient. I've never really had any issues as far as it throwing it off too much. And that's pretty much it. It's a great lens. I've had a lot of fun with this lens. I own a number of other lenses. We're filming on the 50mm f1.8 Right now I have the 16mm f2.8 for real estate, and I have the two 7 Artisans Cinema Series, the Spectrum there, the Spectrum T2, really fun lenses. I'm really starting to get the hang of those, being manual, fully cinematic style. Color is a little different, but back to this one, I would say if you're looking to make a choice between the f2.8 and the f4, if you know somebody who has both lenses and you have an RF mount, or if you're thinking of getting into the RF system from EF or another manufacturer, give them both a try. I really believe that this lens will serve you well at a much greater discount as far as what the f2.8 is costing at the moment. So other than that, let me put a few examples on the screen. Also, thank you so much to all the subscribers. I'm up to 61 subscribers, so for me that's really exciting. This has been a journey. I'm really excited for everybody who engages in the comments and everybody who likes and shares the videos. So that's pretty much it on my end, and have a good one. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's check out some examples.